Shalom. Before I start this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings on all you brethren teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. That's Brother Damo Agabar with another lesson. Slakia. All right, this is going to be a quick lesson. Just land backing off the video I did yesterday. I had mentioned this particular store, in my lesson as far as dealing with the M.O.T.B, which is the mark of the you-know-what. And this is that same exact store that I mentioned the other day. I didn't know exactly what state it was in, but come to find out it was in D.C. And as I was, reading different articles, I happened, through the spirit to come across this video that I mentioned the other day. So I just want to do this quick lesson dealing with this store, which they're showing you the future of all grocery stores, basically the future of how you will buy and sell in the new in the near future, in this digital beast system that they are establishing here on the earth. All right, and as you can see here in this video, it says video DC Whole Foods imposes QR code system to shop. And one thing you have to understand is that if that QR code you will eventually become that QR code via your charagma, your C-hip, your micro hip, And this is just, that process of gradualism that they're slowly entering you people into, and eventually you won't be scanning no QR code. You will be the QR code, and you'll be scanning your right hand or your left hand, if you know what I'm talking about, to get into these stores, which is all going to be part of this surveillance states, which will all be part of this social credit score. Which, in order for you to even to walk into the store in the future and have access to come in here and to buy or sell, you're going to have the C-hip implanted inside of you, which is the mark of the you-know-what, man. So as you can see, they're gradually rolling all of this shit out, man. And it's undeniable. And it's coming fast, and it's coming very quickly. It says, this is the future of all grocery stores. I'm going to have to boycott Whole Foods, says concerned shopper. It says eerie footage out of Washington, D.C. foreshadows what is soon coming to all of America, a social credit system that will require shoppers to scan their QR code to shop for goods. And remember, like I always mention in my lessons when dealing with this topic, this is another part of the internet of bodies. All right. You will become the QR code in the future. After this system is collapsed and the dollar is done away with, and they bring in this new digital wallets, biometric information. All this information, your QR code will be embedded into your microchip, man. All right. The only way you're going to be able to walk into these stores is you're going to have to, in order for you to have access to go into these different stores, you're going to have that mark. It says the concerned shoppers show an array of QR code scanners. Look, you see in the front, I'll show you in a little clip. You can't even walk into the store unless you have the QR code. It won't even allow you access. It won't even raise the barrier for you to get in there. Now, of course, you could run in there and loot and just take shit if you want to, but I'm pretty sure in the future you'll be met with armed resistance, if you know what I'm talking about, man. All right. In the future, they'll probably have fucking those robot killer drones in there patrolling the store, So if you try to get cute or get out of line, you know what that thing is going to do. It says, a concerned shopper showed an array of QR code scanners lining the entrance of the Whole Foods in D.C., lamenting that she doesn't want a QR code to shop for necessities. Yeah, and eventually people are not going to want to have the C-hip in order to shop for necessities. All right? You won't be able to buy or sell, save he that have the mark, man. All right. And this Whole Foods store is just a glimpse into the future. It says, so basically you cannot go into the Whole Foods market in Washington, D.C. unless you scan your own QR code, which in the future, when you scan your C-hip, you're going to have all the requirements, the prerequisites to even go into that store, which is you're going to have to be up to date on all of your injections. You're going to have a particular credit score. You're going to have to be a good slave, and ultimately you're going to have to bear the mark of the beast, man. All right. This is the future. This is where everything is headed, man. All right. It says, this is the future of all grocery stores, she said, adding, I'm going to have to boycott Whole Foods. I have to have my own QR code to walk into Whole Foods, she asked an associate who confirmed that she will indeed need one. Yeah, you're going to indeed need a C-hip in order to get into these stores in the near future. To even operate inside of this man's system in the future, you're going to have to bear the mark, man. It says, as we reported, QR codes are a fundamental feature of the World Economic Forum's Great Reset agenda that will not only track your spending habits, but your health and vaccine history as part of one's digital identity, you see? And in the future, you're going to have all these prerequisites, man, in order to travel, in order to shop, in order to buy food, in order to get electricity, in order to have goods and services. You're going to have all the necessary requirements, which the end game is the CHIP, man. It says it won't be long until the social credit model will be used to surveil and control the movements of people, which is already happening in communist China under the guise of protecting public health, which, as I've stated in previous videos, China is the model, all right? But I want to play that. Oh, shit. Where's it at? It didn't pop up. Let me see if I can refresh it. Maybe it'll pop up. I want to show you a little quick video. And then I'm going to get one precept and I'm going to close this out. Because this is where everything is headed. This is the future, man. All right? Where is that shit? Here we go. I'm going to play this and then I'm going to drop this precept.
I need my own QR code. How do I get my own QR code? How do I get my own QR code?
You see that little thing, that little scanner in the future. You're gonna just scan your CHIP. That's what's in your forehead or in your right hand or in your left hand, man, or wherever it may be implanted in you in order to gain access into these stores. And you can see the little what they call that thing, the little thing that allows you entrance into the stores right there.
I have to have my own QR code to come into Wholefoods.
You don't have to stand around.
See the little thing?
What do? They just what? What do
It
they?
knows you have it because it scans it.
It knows you have products.
Yeah, it's like
See that? Watch the person that scan their little thing.
It scans the products.
Whoa! And this is the future of grocery stores.
See how it closed?
Whoa! Who did this first?
So as you can see, man, hey, what John the Revelator saw in Revelations 13 and 16, which I'm about to read, is happening right before our eyes, man. Now, the person that walked in, they scanned, it was like a little card, they scanned to get in there. But we all know in the future, even the WEF and Klaus Schwab and Novo Harari said that they're going to implant these things inside of you, man. You will become the QR code. All right. This is the whole transhumanist agenda happening right before your very eyes, man. And in the near future, this is how all access to goods and services will be carried out. You're going to have the proper requirement and the proper, what I'm trying to say. You got to have the proper, the prerequisite, things necessary in order to buy and sell, in order to move around in this mass society. You see? It says, I read that already. It says, look, China, a police drone comes toward you on the highway. You need to quickly scan the QR code. If it does not come back green, you cannot pass the checkpoint. Free movement is being restricted. Population is controlled using QR codes, you see? And eventually you're going to have your CHIP. So it's all just gradualism. They're all just preparing you, for this new futuristic system. And look, and China is the model. These motherfuckers literally got to scan the QR code. They have to have a good enough social credit score and be in good enough standings in the society in order to travel into the next city. You see, you have to scan that. And if it don't pop up green, guess what? You can't go. Your travel is restricted. You got to turn your ass around and go back to where you came from until further permission is granted, man. And this is what this system this devil is creating, man. And like I said, in the end game of it, it will be the CHIPper, man. That thing implanted in your right hand or in your forehead. So let me get this and I'm going to close this lesson out. Because I was just doing this because I had mentioned this story yesterday. And then, I ran across this article dealing with it. So this is Revelations 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which that word mark is charagma, that thing inserted inside of you, which right now is being presented as the QR code. Now, I'm not saying that a QR code is the mark of the beast, but I'm just saying that the way that they're using it now for you to gain access into, Wholefoods or as in China to go into the next city, you're going to have the proper requirements and to have the access, to gain these different freedoms and to travel. But in the future, it will all be linked with this mark that's going to be put inside your right hand or in your forehead, man. If you don't believe me, just type in Klaus Schwab and RFID chips, or the WEF and an Internet of Bodies, implantable devices, and you'll come across all the information that you need to see where this thing is headed. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, like the lady. She couldn't go into that Whole Foods because she didn't have the QR code. So in the future, you're going to have that CHIP in order to buy or sell or to gain access into these different stores and to have access to, the public and private sector. It says, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And when you look that up in the Greek, it's psi, chi, stigma. And when you go into the stigma, it tells you about a branding or a mark or something that's branded or pricked as a brand or a mark that is that links that person as the property to the Antichrist, man. And that's exactly what this mark represents. This is exactly where society is headed. And this Whole Food store is just one of the latest of many, signs and, blatantly made obvious signs that this is exactly where the society is headed, man. So, hey, with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. To the next one. Shalom.